Hello everyone, hello beautiful people. My name is Noah Lakshmi and I am here to elevate humanity for a better world using astrology as merely a tool, as a doorway to receive more information. It's an ancient wisdom and I love utilizing this type of wisdom to help myself and help you and help humanity in navigating through the wild waters of the human experience and the immense transformation that so many of us are going through. So I'm actually right now visiting Israel and I'm sitting in my nephew's room because that's the only place I can record this video, and happy to send this message out to you in a very exciting time this month and this week, and I'm going to talk more about it. Of course, before I go into the astrology and what I like to call the cosmic forecast, just a little bit of announcements. First of all, if you are interested in a personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, noahlakshmi.com, and I do astrology reading where I go into your chart and see what's going on for you. And you can find that my website, noahlakshmi.com. And one of the things that I'm super stoked about that I'm bringing out into the online world is my transformational work that I do with people. It's a 40-day journey that I take people on, taking astrology, taking Kundalini yoga, taking raw living foods, cleansing the body, and radical self-love, and taking you on an exploration of yourself and really falling madly and deeply in love with yourself, developing new habits for yourself, developing new lifestyle, and bringing about the best version of who you are and embody your soul essence and completely transforming from the inside and out. This program is called 40 Days to Self-Mastery, and I am gonna do the first group program in October 10th, and it's going to go until November 18th. And I'm super excited for those of you who are going through immense transformation and are looking to maybe for some more guidance, maybe for some more support, or just really ready for the next level of your life and purifying, cleansing your entire system, physically, mentally, emotionally, and getting this deep spiritual connection with yourself and with everything else, then please contact me. Again, you can do that on my website, noahlakshmi.com. There's an application form for the program because I'm really just choosing the people to attend that program, so you can find the application form as well, or on my website, and I would love to hear from you. All right, and let's dive into the astrology. And it's really amazing, like the message of the astrology, it goes hand in hand with the work that I'm offering with cleansing and really taking your life to the next level, because this is what's up, ladies and gentlemen. And there's just so much that is being stirred in the universe. There's major activation, and we're going into September and into the eclipse season, and this is what we are looking at right now. Today is Wednesday, Israel time, the 31st of August, and tomorrow, Thursday, September 1st, which the exact time will be 1:30 a.m. Pacific time. We are having a solar eclipse and a new moon. Now, I'm gonna use some astrology terms, of course, and for those of you who understand astrology, great, but even for those of you who don't know anything about astrology, stay with it. Don't even worry about the astrological terms that I'm gonna be using and the planets and whatnot. If you're curious to learn more about astrology, awesome, but if not, it doesn't matter. This is just a language. The message is what's important here. So I like to demystify astrology as well, and for you to receive it as a transmission and as a message for you, whatever it is that you need to take in. So if you don't know much about astrology, don't even worry about it. Just listen and receive whatever you need to receive from this message. But a little bit I'll explain. A new moon is when the sun and the moon come together. It's a conjunction of the sun and the moon, and we begin a new cycle. And a solar eclipse is when the sun gets covered, the light of the sun, and we're not going to see it because it's going to be the middle of the night on the West Coast. But nevertheless, there's some areas in the world where you will be able to see it, where the sun in the middle of the day gets covered by the shadow of the moon. And the moon basically comes right in between the earth and the sun, and that's what creates that effect that we call a solar eclipse. Now, on an energetic level, beyond just the scientific facts here, eclipses are activation points. Those are portals, and every 6 months we encounter an eclipse season, and this is what we're going into in September. So we had the first eclipse season this year in March, and now we're going into the second one, and everything in life is in cycles. And in March we had the eclipses, and whatever got activated there for you, whatever seeds that you planted back then, whatever got maybe shook a little bit in your life or shaken in your life, you are coming back to, and either visiting again, revisiting that same seed that you planted. It might be completion, it might be a new realization, it might be a new epiphany, it might be a new direction, but it's all connected and it's all related. And you can go back to March and remember what it is that was happening in your life and where do you find yourself right now. So to talk specifically about the eclipse that is happening tomorrow, Thursday, September 1st, there's just a lot of, it's not coincidences. The universe doesn't work randomly. It's all very, very orchestrated and very aligned. The new moon is happening in the 9 degree of Virgo. The number 9 is very, very strong for us. So just to bring in a little bit of numbers and numerology, it's happening in the 9 degree of Virgo, which is very significant if you think about the fact that 2016 is a 9 year as well. So we're looking at a lot of 9s here. And 9 is the number of completion, and 2016 is the year of completion. So if you look at your life, a lot of things are coming to a completion, a lot of cycles that are coming into completion. And what do I mean by that? It may be a pattern in your life, it may be habits in your life. On a personal level, things that you're really bringing into completion, things that you are leaving behind, that are just done. You're just done with it. A lot of relationships, and a lot of people are going through relationship stuff and completing cycles within relationships and all kind of relationships. Even family dynamics, like I'm visiting my family right now, and it's really interesting to see like how I am coming to some sort of completion within myself, of even just being with the family, even seeing and seeing yourself within the family, cultivating more love, cultivating more compassion. And there's a completion that happens there. There's a lot of healing that is happening, because in order for things to be completed, we need to heal. We need to fully heal whatever wounds. And so 2016 has been intense. One of the reasons why it has been intense is because of that. The healing, the purging, and all for us to be able to complete cycles. So the fact that we have the solar eclipse in the 9 degree of Virgo, and Virgo is about the purging, Virgo is about the cleansing, Virgo is about the being clean and being pure and being of service, and to be of service to yourself, to be of service to humanity. And in order to do that, we've got to be a really clear and clean channel. And Virgo is all about that. Virgo is an earth sign, and Virgo is about the earth. Virgo is about the physical reality. So another thing that we are looking at with this new moon and the solar eclipse is in the last few years, especially since 2012, I know many of us have been on some sort of an exploration, on a spiritual quest, to some degree, having a lot of spiritual experiences, and whatever that is for you. It can be meditation, exploring that path, the yoga, all kind of spiritual practices, plant medicine, just having those spiritual awakenings. And now with Virgo, Virgo is telling us to bring it down to earth. Like, we've got to embody it. We've got to be it. It has to be in our body in order for us to heal earth, in order for us to really purify, to cleanse the earth, to be of service. We can just stay in that realm of the spiritual experiences all the time. Like, it has to be embodied. That's one word that I want you to take from this video, is to embody. What is it that you need to embody? Everything that you've been cultivating, everything that you are learning, everything that you've been exposed to in your life, and on a spiritual level, what is it that now you're ready to embody? And we've got to do it through our bodies, and that's why it's extremely important to stay very clean right now. The eclipse is happening on the north node of the moon, where back in March it happened on the south node of the moon. And the nodes are the karmic journey of humanity. The south node of the moon is more of like the past and what do we want to leave behind, and the north node is more about, okay, where are we going? This is the destiny, the future, where we're moving forward. The north node of the moon has been in Virgo for the past year, and it's going to be there until May of 2017. Now, the last eclipse, like I said, happened on the south node of the moon in Pisces. So that was a lot of releasing, a lot of purging, a lot of connection to spirituality, a lot of experimentation perhaps, and that healing and the cultivating of compassion for yourself and for others, really getting in touch with the oneness consciousness. And that's what Pisces is all about. And it's not that we want to leave that behind. We want to take that oneness consciousness and embody it, and not just leave it in the spiritual magic fantasy world, so to speak, and to keep it in this Pisces of like just going from one spiritual experience to the next without never stopping to integrate and embody. And that's what Virgo is all about. So the solar eclipse that is happening on the north node of the moon in Virgo is just, this is what God is saying. It's like, okay, you guys, it's time to wake up. You've had all these spiritual experiences. You've got a taste of what it means to be one. What is this love, oneness, consciousness, unity consciousness? That's what Pisces is all about. And this unconditional compassion. How do we live that on a daily basis? Virgo is your daily reality. It's your routine. It's your day to day. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go to do a medicine journey and I'm going to blast out into space and see all the oneness and all the love, and then I go back to my daily life and it's like a shit show, you know, and I go back to be, you know, whatever. So this is, again, a reminder of the embodiment that needs to happen. Like, if we want to elevate humanity, if we want to purify this earth, we want to cleanse, we, all of us, need to be very, very integrated, taking all those spiritual experiences, all the knowledge, all the compassion, all the love, and embody it and be that on a daily basis, every single day. Have that as a way of life. And together we are going to see a different reality, and that's what we are creating, right? Virgo, again, reality on the physical plane. And that's what is being stirred up right now. We all going through our volcanoes inside to bring it all up to the surface, to deal with it, to realize what it is. That's all Virgo. We've got to deal with it. We've got to realize what it is. And it's also pay attention to the details. A lot of is coming up to the surface. If Pisces is the unconscious, then Virgo will be the conscious, and a lot is coming up to the surface. All kind of messages that are coming up from the unconscious, things that you're starting to realize for yourself, within yourself, all kind of subconscious, kind of locked beliefs that you have about yourself, about the world, about whatever it is. And it's all coming up to the surface, but are you paying attention? And that's another big piece of this solar eclipse, of this new moon and all this Virgo energy. Are you paying attention? Are things coming up and you are pretending that you're not listening? Because if that's the case, you choosing to be asleep and go back to Pisces, and that's what the universe is saying, like, no, we need to move forward, we need to pay attention. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. Your body is the best intelligence. that you have. You're not going to find all the information on Google or books. And that's the Mercury aspect of Gemini, that it's all like external information, and let me read another book, and let me listen to another lecture, and let me just find things online. And the Virgo energy is more of the intelligence that is in the body. Are you paying attention to what your body is telling you? Are you still holding on to a different lifestyle, food, and whatever it is that you are doing, that your body is like, no, and you know that that's what your body is saying. It's not comfortable. It's asking you to do something different. So I want to encourage you and inspire you to really pay attention to the messages that your body is sending you. Again, immense amount of intelligence and wisdom that lives in your body, that every single cell has. And it's in your body, but you've got to pay attention. I've already seen this video is going to be a little bit longer because there's a lot to cover. So that's the message of the solar eclipse. And again, the idea, if you think about what's happening scientifically, that the moon is right in between the earth and the sun, and it's like there's the blocking of the light of the sun. Now the sun is our conscious awareness, and it's our purpose, and it's our drive. The moon is more of what we feel comfortable with. It's the home, it's our emotions, it's also the unconscious. The moon, if you think about it, there's two sides. We always see the light side of the moon reflected by the sun, but the other side of the moon is completely dark, and the moon itself is completely dark. So I always see the solar eclipse as like the moon coming right in between us, the earth, and the sun. It's like, it is scary. It is scary, and I know a lot of you are dealing with that. There's that, the moments, and whatever the moments in your life of, all the unconscious shit is right in front of you, and it's almost like I can't see the light. I can't. Like, it's just the darkness. All I'm seeing is just my habits, my patterns, what I feel comfortable with. It's the past. The moon is the past, and it's all in front of you, and it's like it seems that it's right in between the light of your life. It seems like it's right in between you and the light of your awareness. But really, you've got to dig deep. You've got to go down under and deal with the unconscious stuff. Let the unconscious come up to the conscious. Don't be scared of it. Let the past come up so you can complete the cycle and release it. And then once the moon passes and it moves, then the sun starts to shine again. We see the light coming back, and that's exactly what's happening. So the invitation for you and the message is to not get caught up, to not get scared with the past coming back, or whatever you need to deal with your patterns, with your places of comfort zone that you need to release, and let the light of the sun, the light of your awareness, the light of your life, the light of your soul, that's what the sun is, to come in. And that's the activation that happens on the solar eclipse. Now, to say that it's comfortable, no, you are going to go through some, and I'm sure you have been, even just this last few weeks, of dealing with a lot of stuff coming up, and discomfort, and a discomfort that is asking you to create something new. Virgo, we've got to integrate, we've got to complete stuff, we've got to pay attention to details, and we've got to create a new reality. That's where we're heading. That's where we're moving into. So to just stay very courageous, and to stay determined. This eclipse also, and the next eclipse that we're going to have, the lunar eclipse with the full moon in a couple of weeks, they're all squaring the planet Saturn. So that's not an easy formation at all. Saturn is the harsh teacher. Now, it can be harsh. It doesn't have to be harsh, but nevertheless, it's always lessons that we need to learn. It's decisions that we need to make. And I talked about it last week. Sometimes it's hard decisions that we need to make. So there's this, unconscious stuff coming up, patterns, past, discomfort that is coming up. And through that, we need to realize, there's some decisions I need to make. There's some hard decisions I need to make. And especially if we, again, going back to the Virgo theme, it's decisions about your health. It's decision about your body. It's decisions about your mind. What are you feeding your body? What are you feeding your mind? what's your relationship with the earth? Some decisions about your routine and your daily life, your daily routine that actually need some fine-tuning. It's not necessarily those big, huge things, but it's the structure of your life. That's what Saturn is telling us as well. It's the structure. And Saturn in Sagittarius right now, it's truth. It's truth, and it's for your growth, and it's the new horizons that you dream for yourself. You've got to implement the details in order to expand, in order to move in the direction of your new horizons. So some hard decisions might need to be made, and it might feel very constrictive. It might feel very limited. But the invitation, again, when with Mars moving now full speed away from Saturn, slowly but surely it's getting away from it. It's like you've got the drive, you've got the passion, you moving through your towards your growth, you moving towards your expansion, you moving towards your new life, you getting that spark, you getting in touch with your truth, your true essence, with your fire, with your passion, with your motivation, with your ability to take action. So ride that wave and don't get stuck with what seems to be dark and very limited. It might feel like that. I want to encourage you to just go with it. Don't escape away from it. That's the Pisces again. It feels, you might encounter moments where it feels hard, where it feels like, God, I just don't want to do it. It feels harsh. Do not escape it. Do not escape it. It's not the time to go and just get drunk or get high or stuff yourself with food or with media or whatever it is that we can use to numb and escape. It's not the time. And this message is so important to me, and I am passionate about it. And I really want to encourage you to stay grounded in reality, to stay with this Virgo energy, and to allow the cleansing and the purging to take place. The cleansing your body and your mind and your heart, and let your soul just shine. This solar eclipse is mega, mega important, powerful, potent, and is going to take you to the next level, to the next phase of your life. But you've got to allow it to happen. And that's another thing with the eclipse, is that eclipses tend to maybe remove things out of our life. In order for us to embody our true essence, in order for us to really move forward. If we don't, and that's Saturn, if we don't say, okay, I'm going to let this go, or I'm going to move forward, I'm going to make this decision, that's when life can get tough and things will just they get removed from us. And if it's your health, if something happens sometimes to wake you up, like, oh shit, I've got to take care of myself. Some people need to actually get cancer in order to realize, oh my God, I need to do something about my lifestyle and my choices. Relationships maybe will be removed out of your life. Certain people that is just, if you're not going to do it, then life is going to show you this is what needs to happen. So my invitation to you, and just to be gentle with yourself, and I'm sending so much love for those of you who are experiencing that in your life, because it can be harsh. So I'm not saying that without compassion and understanding. I'm saying it as an encouragement that if you are going through something like that, to just surrender. And that's the Pisces message too. Just to surrender, to let go, and to allow the things to be removed out of your consciousness. If it's your own patterns, and if it's your own habits, if your own lifestyles, things that you need to remove out of your life. And if it's on the external level, jobs, relationships, sometimes even money and physical possessions that will be removed. Get stronger in your trust and in your knowing that anything that is happening right now and everything that happens in your life is for your highest and greatest good. And have compassion for yourself and for others through the journey of this awakening and this expansion. Now, another thing is that, this is extremely, extremely powerful. The fact that Mercury just went retrograde yesterday. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, and it's not a coincidence that we're having the eclipse in Virgo Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, goes direct a couple days before the eclipse on the critical degree, 29 degree of Virgo. It's almost like Mercury was about to go into Libra, the next sign, but it said, it's not time yet. That's the wisdom of the cosmos. Oh, it's not time yet to go to Libra. I'm actually going to go back and redo some things. And that's the whole thing about the retrograde. Mercury retrograde is not bad, nothing to fear. But it's this energy of, I need to go back for a few weeks and kind of revisit a few things. Now, Mercury is our mind, it's our intellect, it's the lower mind, it's how we think, it's how we do things, it's how we get from point A to point B with this like linear thinking, communication. It's the socializing aspect of our life too with Mercury. Mercury is the planet that goes down to the underworld and then comes back up to deliver a message. And that's what I really want to emphasize here with Mercury going retrograde exactly now with the Virgo energy and the solar eclipse. It's what are the messages that are coming back from the unconscious, from the underworld, right up to the conscious level that you need to revisit. And the solar eclipse is an activation point that please do not run away from it, but let those messages come up and pay attention to what is coming up. Pay attention to what is coming up. Virgo was not ready, Mercury was not ready to go into Libra. There's a reason for that, and there's more mental purification that needs to happen, more paying attention to the thoughts, pay attention to the belief systems, pay attention to the patterns of thinking, pay attention to what you are putting in your mind, pay attention to what is coming out of your mouth, your interactions with people, your communication with people. If there's some conversations that need to happen again, like it's like this, okay, take two kind of energy. That's what Mercury in retrograde is all about with Virgo, with all this energy in Virgo. If there's more details that need to be covered in some conversations, maybe those heart conversations that you didn't have the balls to have, now it's the time to revisit those conversations, to revisit that communication, and to really pay attention to what you are saying, to what you are communicating. It's a very powerful Mercury in retrograde period with this eclipse, and Mercury is going to be in retrograde until September 22nd, and Mercury is also exactly on that time when we have the solar eclipse is conjuncting the planet Jupiter. They're exactly 28 degrees right before Jupiter goes into Libra. So it's think big. You've got to think big. You've got to expand your mind. Don't get overly optimistic, which can be a bit of a trick. But with Virgo, it's not going to happen. It's like being rooted in reality. Pay attention to details and think big within the construct of reality. Think big within the construct of your life and your daily life, and whatever it is that you are capable of doing, that you are capable of being, that you are capable of communicating. Think big, think big. Bring your higher mind, your ability to envision, to see with your lower mind, how you think, how you communicate, how you speak, your daily life, your daily routine, your immediate environment, expansion. All of that is up for expansion. And oh God, I can just keep going more and more and more. I'll leave some more for next week, but definitely we've got Venus in Libra as well, which is a beautiful, beautiful energy that we're receiving, because there's a lot of intensity, and Venus in Libra is softening the reality a little bit. It's softening the reality a little bit. So if you are finding yourself in relationships, and the communication in relationships is to really get in touch with that Venus feminine in Libra energy of harmony, peace, equality, and communicate from that place. Think in that way, just more harmonious, the equal thinking, and connecting and bringing together the feminine and the masculine at the same time. Oh my God, this is a super exciting week, you guys. I am super stoked. This eclipse is going to be incredible. And just remember that whatever gets activated in the eclipse, it's not that you're going to feel it right that night or even the next day. Some of you may, but whatever is going to be planted, whatever is going to be activated, you're going to feel it in 6 months. It's like the months to come after the eclipse is where you're going to start seeing and experiencing the unfolding of that moment. That's how the universe operates. So it's not just like this immediate gratification. So be patient, but I want to invite you to really take that time, September 1st, and boom, just anchor your prayers, anchor your intentions, anchor your visions for yourself, for your own reality, the reality of humanity and the world. Remember, we are doing this together, and it's important for each and every one of us to be very responsible for what it is that we are choosing to do with our bodies, with our minds, and with our hearts. We've been given a gift to be a human. So what are you going to do with that gift? Thank you so much. And again, I'm sending you so much love on your journey. And these are exciting times. And again, if you're looking for more support, and if you are looking to take your life to the next level, 40 days to self-mastery. I'm starting my group program October 10th until November 18th. It's going to be awesome, and you're going to experience a complete and total upgrade of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you are there, and if you are looking for more information, contact me on my website, noalakshmi.com. You can find more information on the website as well. Fill up the application form, and I would love to talk to you and see if this is a good fit for you. Tons of love. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, and I will see you next time. Thank you for your support. Subscribe to my channel. Find me on Facebook. I always appreciate the support. Share this video, share the love, share the light. I will see you next time, and we are elevating humanity for a better world. Sat Nam.